and its environs gathered in their numbers to witness the official commissioning of the first phase of the Aerial 5 Phase 1 project in Abuja. While commissioning the road, President Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akwa, thanked the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, while urging residents to own and protect the road.
For many residents and legal Nigerians, this is the road. On it, use it while protecting and celebrating. It's therefore now my honor to commission the Aerial Road F5. The glory of God, a symbol of our collective purpose and commitment to a better future.
Speaking during the commissioning, the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, thanked the President for his determination to provide developments to the FCT and urged residents to pay their tax.
That everybody is happy that Mr. President is opening up there Abuja. But we will do it with people. It's about us doing our own by making sure we obey the laws, by making sure we carry out our obligation of paying the little tax that is supposed to be.
With this project, it is believed that Abuja will enter its next phase of developmental strides. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
Oh, thank you, Godwin. Following attacks on Yelwata community of Guma local government area in Benue State, the community is now a center of attraction for Nigerians as well as international community and humanitarian agencies. Global TV correspondent Felicity Indire reports.
Residents of the once quiet agrarian town of Yelwata have become refugees in their own land following what is now described as the deadliest single attack on a Benue community. With a death toll exceeding 200 and widespread destructions, thousands have been displaced, prompting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to cancel a scheduled visit to Kaduna State to convey a critical stakeholders meeting to ease tensions.
This is not the kind of visit I wanted. I wanted to be here to commission projects.
Ahead of the president's visit, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, the Inspector General of Police, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and religious leaders visited Yelwata for an on-the-spot assessment and to offer condolences to the grieving community.
No person would anticipate or expect this kind of barbaric act from anybody, no matter what.
During the visit, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akwa, flagged off the distribution of food and non-food items to victims, while appealing for more humanitarian support from well-meaning Nigerians and international partners.
For the benefit of the displaced, and when the food stuff arrives, it should be carefully distributed amongst the victims. The elected leaders are here, and I believe they will work closely with officials of NEMA to ensure fair distribution of foodstuff and materials. We want to thank our development partners for their support at this crucial moment.
Also among the early responders were the senior pastor of Dunamis International Gospel Center, Dr. Paul Anenche, and former Benue State Governor, Senator Gabriel Soswam, who both visited the displaced and offer humanitarian relief.
The solution to this type of issue is to have authorities and leadership that have the will to do the right thing and to value human lives above every other consideration and do what is right in the interest of the people, in the interest of their consciences, and in the fact that one day everybody will stand before God to give the account of their lives to God.
These people come through Nasarawa. And if we are good neighbors as state, we are not fighting with people in Nasarawa. Why would they harbor people to come and attack us? These questions must be answered. This must be addressed. This cannot continue. We are not living in a fair state. But what is happening here is clear indication that we are heading towards that. This shouldn't have allowed to happen. We'll listen to the president and see what he has to tell us. But this is an unfortunate, it's condemnable by all standards. Whatever any person feel, wherever any person, globally, there's no person that will accept this kind of situation. So this has attracted global condemnation. This is massacre, this is genocide to people who are not fighting. People who are just earning their life from their peasant farming. Why would you massacre them? For what? What has happened? Nothing.
Until a week ago, Yewata was unknown to many Nigerians. Today, it is a symbol of loss, with entire families wiped out in the gruesome attack. As the community mourns, survivors cling to the promises made by President Tinubu, assurances from security chiefs, and pledges by political and religious leaders. Their hope now rests on urgent humanitarian actions as they attempt to rebuild their lives from the ruins. In Makudi, Felicity Ndere reporting for Global TV News.
Our correspondent Felicity, thank you for your reporting. The national headquarters of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has donated relief materials to the victims of your water attacks in Benue State. National chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, who made the presentation to the state governor Hyacinth Alier, commiserated with the government and people of the state over the killings and prayed against a reoccurrence. Receiving the donation, Governor Alier thanked the leadership and party for the kind gesture. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has announced the successful airlift of hundreds of pilgrims from Sokoto and the Federal Capital Territory from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, marking progress in the ongoing 2025 Hajj operations. This is according to a report from the Commission's Command and Control Center in Makkah, which was posted on its official X handle. The Commission says the continuous airlift operations are a testament to its dedication to ensuring a smooth and timely pilgrimage for all Nigerian intending pilgrims. Quite an improvement over the last couple of incidents. Let's turn to other stories now. The World Health Organization, WHO, has raised concerns over significant gaps in cholera surveillance and reporting across affected regions, including Nigeria, as the country grapples with a growing number of suspected cases amid a global surge. Between January 1 and May 25, 2025, Nigeria reported 1,562 cholera cases, contributing to the 117,346 cases recorded across 17 countries in the WHO African region during the same period. However, the World Health Organization has cautioned that the figures might not reflect the full extent of the outbreak due to underreporting, delays in data submission, and limited diagnostic capacity. A political group, the National Opposition Coalition, led by the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and ex-Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, has floated a new political party, All Democratic Alliance. The coalition has subsequently applied to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the registration of the new party. Dated June 19, the application was officially acknowledged by the Independent National Electoral Commission, signaling the coalition's determination to float a new platform instead of aligning with any existing political party. Nigerians caught in the hostilities between Israel and Iran have called for help from underground shelters amid heavy exchange of missiles between the two countries. Those who were re-interviewed slammed the Nigerian government for not doing enough, noting that other countries had started evacuating their citizens. Meanwhile, the federal government says it is awaiting border clearance to rescue over 1,000 citizens in the warring countries. Commissioner of Police in the Federal Capital Territory, CP Ajao Adewale, has cautioned residents against offering bribes to police officers, stating that it is criminal offense under Section 118 of the Penal Code Act. He warned officers to stop illegal detentions, extortion, and unlawful interference in civil disputes, particularly land-related cases. The directive follows mounting complaints from residents about the unlawful detention of individuals over bailable offenses, demands for payment before investigation, and police involvement in matters clearly outside their jurisdiction. Sounds like one warning too many. Hopefully, there's some drastic change in this regard going forward. You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When the rest of the broadcast returns shortly, Sunken Bayeshan super yacht raced from seabed near Sicily in Italy. Those details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us on the news. The best part of it now returns with a business where the exchange rate has closed the week with a mixed performance as the Naira recorded a slight appreciation in the official market but weakened on the parallel markets. Data published on the Central Bank of Nigeria's website says the official rate ended at 1,545 Naira to the dollar on Friday, slightly stronger than the 1,546 Naira to the greenback. The currency had hovered around 1,541 Naira to the dollar earlier in the week on both Monday and Tuesday, before weakening midweek to 1,547 Naira 50 kobo to the dollar on Wednesday and then rebounding. The National Bureau of Statistics has reported a 28.98% rise in the average cost of farm produce between January and May 2025, signaling a deepening crisis in Nigeria's agricultural sector. The Bureau reported that the price index farm produce surged from 110.5% in January to 142.53% in May of this year. This sharp increase, particularly pronounced in May, highlights the mounting pressure on local feed prices, largely driven by worsening insecurity in the country. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has set plans in motion to relocate mechanics, artisans, and traders from the popular Apo Mechanic Village along the road corridor to a new permanent site in Wasa District. Speaking at the community meeting with traders and artisans at the Market Square in Abuja, the minister thanked the marketers for their cooperation, urging them to work together for the growth and development of the nation's capital. He further tasked the officials of the markets to support the government as they have always done. In Nigeria's overlooked farming communities, Bambara nuts, locally used for Akwa, continues to feed households and withstand harsh climates. This week, the National Bambara Nut Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria held its second national election, giving voice to peasant farmers determined to shape their future. Ramsey Enoch was there for us.
Long grown in silence, the Bambara nut has supported families in Nigeria's rural regions for generations. Known for its drought tolerance and high nutritional value, it remains a staple crop for many communities, especially in times of scarcity. Farmers from across Nigeria gathered for the Nabaman election, seeking not just leadership, but visibility and enablements to fill in the gap in Nigeria's dwindling economy as they entrust some members with the responsibilities. The Board of Trustee Chairman Alhaji Baba Suleiman Alkali says the farmers need elected officers to pioneer the affairs of the agriculturists.
We held an executive meeting of the association in order to put our heads together and ensure that we organize this election in a very peaceful manner.
The President-elect National Bambara Nut Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, Suleiman Isiaka, appreciated the members as he speaks of the nutritional value of Bambara nuts.
As you are aware, our organization Bambara Nut, the World Hunger Solution, has several nutrition values strictly to the humanity. Furthermore, it is capital intensive and it is generate more internal revenue to the extent that I am being elected this morning because of a supposed ability to reach across farmers' lines and to craft workable solutions to different farmers' policy.
The National Secretary of Nabaman, Alexander Eze, says Bambara North has economic importance, therefore the need to give it more publicity.
Because of this economic importance, this research we are doing, publicity will go viral to all Nigerians so that they will know more about Bambara and what it needs for sustainability and for improved nutritional value in their food chain.
Bambara nut is one agricultural product that can be used to produce different types of food in Nigeria. Therefore, farming it in large quantity can reduce hunger and economic hardship faced by Nigerians. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global TV.
A brilliantly put together report there by Ramsey Enoch. We are grateful for the innovation. Let's turn to the foreign scene now, where Niger's military junta says it will nationalize the majority French-owned local uranium company in the latest escalation in the row between both countries. Sumer is operated by French nuclear fuels company Orano, which Niger accuses of several irresponsible acts. Since seizing power in 2023, Niger's military leaders have said they want to keep more local control of the country's mineral wealth and have distanced themselves from France, their former colonial power, moving closer to Russia. A super yacht has been raised from the seabed nearly a year after it sank off the coast of Sicily, killing 7 of the 22 people on board. Italian officials say the luxury yacht, known as the Bayesian, would be held up by a crane for a series of inspections requested by the Public Prosecutor's Office. It will later be fully removed from the water. The Bayesian was owned by British tech tycoon Mike Lynch, who died in the incident alongside his 18-year-old daughter Hannah and 5 others. After night fell on the outskirts of Los Angeles, around 50 people changed or clanked metal pots and blasted hair-ons outside a hotel in a noisy bedtime protest targeting United States immigration agents. The No Sleep for ICE rally underscored growing anger at immigration and customs enforcement, a once obscure agency that has become the focal point of President Donald Trump's migrant crackdown. Dramatic images have shown federal agents, often masked and sometimes armed with assault rifles, chasing down migrants and handcuffing them at courthouses, farms, and on the streets. Iran's foreign minister has arrived in Istanbul, Turkey, for a meeting with Arab League diplomats to discuss Tehran's escalating conflict with Israel. Around 40 diplomats are slated to join the weekend gathering of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation as Israel and Iran continue to exchange missile strikes. It comes after Arachi met with his counterparts from Britain, France, and Germany in Geneva, Switzerland. The White House says Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a couple of weeks. U.S. President Donald Trump is debating whether to take military action against the Islamic Republic. Well, we'll continue to track this development for you. Meanwhile, we now turn to the world of sports to find you some excitement this weekend. World record holder Tobias Musa has produced a standout display at the 2025 Paris Diamond League, clocking a season's best time of 12.24 seconds to finish second in the women's 100-meter hurdles. The time marks her second fastest ever, behind only her world record of 12.12 seconds set 3 years ago. Amusa came storming through the final meters, closing rapidly on Grace Stark of the United States, who had burst out of the blocks with intent and held on to win with a personal best and meeting record of 12.21 seconds, a time that makes her the 5th fastest woman ever over the 100-meter hurdles. The Nigeria Olympic Committee, NOC, and Nigeria Taekwondo Federation will co-host a technical coaches course in Abuja starting from Sunday, June 22nd, with no fewer than 25 coaches expected to participate in the week-long program. The course has been scheduled to run from Sunday, June 22nd to Friday, June 28th at the Velodrome in Package A of the sports complex of the MKO Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, with participants expected to arrive at the venue on Sunday and depart on Friday. The training targets taekwondo coaches from state sports councils and commissions, as well as institutions of higher learning across the country, forming part of the International Olympic Committee's global educational programs being implemented through Olympic Solidarity in collaboration with the World Taekwondo body. And that's a full cycle here on the news. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices, and that way you can keep track of our 247 broadcasts. I am Uyi Agumofwebe saying a big thank you to you for watching. I'll see you when it's time for our primetime news.